By this rational algebraic expression, again, we're going to factor the numerator and denominator to see if there's any common factors that we can eliminate. And also in factored form, we'll be able to tell any restrictions in the domain, that is, values of x that aren't allowed, because it would cause division by zero errors. In my numerator, I have a common factor of x. When I eliminate that, that becomes x times the quantity of 4 minus x. And if I bring that back in, x times 4 is 4x, x times. So that works. And then in the denominator, this is, again, straightforward enough that I'm not going to work real difficultly. It's not going to be difficult to factor. The factors of negative 8, that would give me a positive 2. So if I'm looking at negative 8, I could be using, it's all factors of 2, and I may play with the factor of 1. But when I'm looking at that, it looks like I'm going to play with 4 and 2, and I need a negative 2 factor, so I'm going to have a negative 4 and a plus 2. Now, when I look at this, by the way, if I multiply this, I do get x squared and then minus 4x plus a 2x, which is minus 2x, and then a negative 8. When I look at this, I notice this is the thing of interest. In my denominator, I have an x minus 4, and in the numerator, I have a 4 minus x. Those are exactly the same, with the exception of all their signs are different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the numerator by factoring out a negative 1. If I do that, this can become a negative x, that's the negative 1 that I factored out, times a negative 4 plus x. Now, if you look at it, this is exactly the same as the factor that lives in the denominator. Sometimes by factoring out a negative 1, you can make it so that you have a common factor in both the numerator and denominator. I'm going to rewrite this one last time just to show the order. But I do have a negative 1 that I brought out times an x, and then times an x minus 4. That's my numerator. And the denominator has an x minus 4, and there was also a factor of x plus 2. Restrictions on my domain, x is all real value. X is all values, with the exception that x may not be positive 4, and x may not be a negative 2. And you can see that I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this common factor of x minus 4 that's in both of them. When I simplify this, I'm left with negative x. I'm sorry, not negative 1x. I'll just write negative x over x plus 2.